I'm always delighted to be with Saul News. This has been such a leader in the conservative movement and the Republican Party.
Welcome to the Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for February 24th, 2023. The Washington Free Beacon reports, Republicans look to curb Biden's reckless policies fueling inflation. House Republicans are taking aim at President Joe Biden's inflationary executive orders, holding a vote on legislation next week that could curb the president's ability to implement costly proposals. The bill, Reduce Exacerbated Inflation Negatively Impacting the Nation, or the REIN IN Act, would require the Biden administration to report the inflationary effects of executive orders before Biden issues them. The legislation, introduced by Representative Elise Stefanik, would apply to orders resulting in an annual cost of $1 billion or more. Republicans cited a number of inflationary executive orders issued by Biden, such as the Keystone XL pipeline shutdown, climate policies that hinder domestic energy production, and Biden's $400 billion student loan bailout. Consumer prices were up an annual rate of 6.4% in January, up from 1.4% when Biden took office. The Hill reports, Shapiro says he would dismiss any pressure to ask Fetterman to resign. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro said he would dismiss any calls to ask Senator John Fetterman to resign after the first-term senator checked himself into the hospital to receive treatment for clinical depression. Fetterman has had other highly documented health issues, notably suffering a stroke during his campaign and also going to the hospital after he felt lightheaded earlier this month. Since his stroke, he has had to rely on closed captioning to interact with other lawmakers due to auditory processing issues. The announcement that Fetterman was receiving treatment for clinical depression, which people close to him say will last, quote, a few weeks, was met with an outpouring of support from both Republicans and Democrats. And finally, an article from Politico states, 2024's sprawling Senate map comes down to these three Dems. Senators Joe Manchin of West Virginia, Sherrod Brown of Ohio, and Jon Tester of Montana say they're not concerned about President Joe Biden on the ticket in their solid red states. Brown, Manchin, and Tester all survived their party's difficult 2018 cycle after then-President Donald Trump pushed their states further rightward. Before that, they won re-election in 2012 while sharing the ballot with then-President Barack Obama. Now, the trio of Democrats is staring down their toughest political challenge yet. While Brown and Tester are all in for re-election, Manchin hasn't decided whether to run again, and Joe Biden hasn't made it official either. That makes Tester's re-election decision all the more critical to the party. At the moment, Democrats' hopes of holding the Senate largely ride on Tester and Brown defying their state's political leanings. That concludes your Saul's Newsstand News Rewind for February 24th, 2023. For more political news faster, visit saulsnews.com.